hello. Welcome. Come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, guys, this is my review recap. THECHI, Season 6, Episode 7, Long Live. Baby, I got my tissues ready, y'all. All right. Pastor Stanley. We got to go to the repast, y'all, all right? I brought the mac and cheese. I brought the collard greens. I brought some chips and dips, some drinks. All right, what are y'all bringing? We are coming together in the shy to mourn this man, y'all. We are all in mourning. All right. We got Raggedy Doodah still out here in the streets walking around like ain't a damn thing changed, okay, because it hasn't. We got freaking Trigg still trying to figure out what he gonna do, all right, aka Victor and Jake dropping some Jews to him. We got freaking Nina and Keisha having a coming to Jesus moment because we done went to therapy, y'all, okay, where we need to be. We got freaking Emmett still talking about, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of this. I'm gonna do what I gotta do because I'm a man. Okay, listen to me. I got this. But of course, Keisha ain't listening to a damn thing. Poor Papa. I felt so bad for him. My boy is going through it. Okay, of course, he is blaming himself, feeling negative, feeling bad because the last time he had a conversation with his damn daddy, he was over here pumping his chest up. Okay, acting like he knew everything. Oh, child. And daggone Bakari, he going through it too. And he over here trying to run up on Nuck if you buck and putting his daggone hammer to his chest and then not doing a daggone thing, all right? I'm so tired of y'all pulling out hammers on people and then not taking the shot. Y'all still don't get it that you do not pull out something like that unless you plan to use it, Bakari, all right? Lord, y'all, we got Rashad out here pulling out hammers too. He thinking he about to go after somebody that came in the damn house. We knew Deja was going to find out about these pieces, but I didn't think it was going to be like this. It's a whole ass mess, y'all. All right? But we going to go ahead and get into it. Take it from the top, break it on down. You know how we do. So we start out the beginning of the episode, you guys, just with Papa. He coming into the church. He's looking around. He got this hoodie on. He looking all somber. And baby, right after that, we got Bakari coming. Knock, where you at, Knock? All right, he walking in there the same damn way Emmett was walking in there last week shouting out for Doodah. Where you at? Why would you do something like this? Knock over here coming smiling, talking about something. What's up? What's going on, little bro? So he was like, I thought you said family was off limits. Like, what part is this? You know what I'm saying? What part of the game is this? And Nuck over here talking about you shot Ronnie in his back. He said, well, did you shoot Pastor Jackson in his back too? Is that how you did it? Or was you able to look in his face before you strangled him? Huh? I ain't hearing nothing. Answer me. Okay, Nuck, if you're a buck, answer me, ninja. So, Nuck over here talking about something. If you take me out, he gonna take you out. And then we got old little Rumpelstiltskin pulling out his damn gun to him and putting it, to Bakari's head. So now we all standing around like, okay. And I said, shoot, damn it, shoot. I don't give a damn. Take all y'all asses out. But no, we don't do that, of course, right? He says he had to send a message. Papa Daddy, of course, wasn't listening or whatever. And he was like, how many times I told you getting a little too soft for the streets. We your family at the end of the day, okay? We are family. So I wanted Bakari to be like, nah, y'all ain't shit to me and walk off. But he ain't do that either, right? But he tells Bakari to get the hell on up out of here, whatever. Keep on walking, all right? I ain't talking to you anymore. So Rumpelstiltskin talking about should I take him out? And yeah, I know his name, y'all, but I'm going to call him Rumpelstiltskin. That's what he look like to me, all right? He gets no respect around here in these streets, okay? Up in the den. So, child, he told him no, leave him alone or whatever the case may be. And he like, you sure? Yeah, if I want you to take him out, you know what I'm saying, you'll hear it from me. So we get back to Papa, and of course Kevin and Jake done came through. They trying to give him support, let him know that they got his back, asking him, do he want them there? And he's like, no, I want to be alone. And they like, are you just saying that, or you really do want to be alone? And he's like, no, I want to be by myself. So they said, okay, we gonna respect you, we gonna give you your time alone. And they just kind of give him that tap on the shoulder and let them know, bro, we love you, okay? We here for you, we got your back whenever you need us. And as they're walking out, Bakari is walking in, and of course we gonna have the awkward stare down. And you have Papa come up to Bakari and just basically say, my dad is gone now. And Bakari's like, I loved him. He was like a father to me. And he said, yeah, he may have been like a father, but he was not your father, right? And Bakari was saying that he didn't know that this was going to happen. And it's like, well, regardless of whether you knew it was going to happen or not, at the end of the day, it did. And so, these was your boys that basically did this or whatever, right? So Papa is hot, right? Which we would expect. And, Bakari is feeling guilty. He didn't know that this was going to happen, right? And he was like, well, your dad didn't take the money. And so Papa's like, so now you're blaming him. So, of course, them two just basically have their little split, and Papa go ahead and leave. Now, going from them, we come on over to Keisha and Emmett house, and they over here freaking arguing about the same thing as rinse and damn repeat. She's saying she gonna leave. He begging her to, stay. Please don't go, And freaking EJ is coming down saying, what's going on while you're arguing? And Emmett is telling him to go back to his room. And Emmett is still basically letting her know, like, I got this. I'm going to take care of this. I don't want to lose you or my family. I'm going to always protect y'all. Would never let nothing happen to y'all. And Keisha agrees to stay in the guest room for now, okay, until he handles this. So he tells her he's going to go and set the guest room up for her. I said, child, whatever. I'm tired of Emmett and damn Keisha, to be honest with y'all. So moving on from that, of course, Keisha takes it upon her damn self, all right? She don't wait for Emmett. She come on over to see Nuck, and he's at the barbershop or whatever, and he's basically telling her, like, so what's this all about? What did you want to talk to me about? And she's like saying, look, I don't want to have me and my family in danger. I don't want to go through no stuff. And he's hitting her with the same damn line that Emmett hit her with, oh, I would never let nothing happen to you and your family. And she like, you already did. I said, whoop. So he got quiet on that part, whatever, right? And she basically was telling him, like, I know you could get in Duda's ear and break it on down for him. And he like, come on now, Duda don't listen to me like that or whatever, right? But I will do whatever I can to, like, help you and look out for you. And she says looking out for her means looking out for Emmett. And he didn't have too much to say about that. And it was funny to me, here Emmett swearing he a businessman and he did all these things to be able to come up or whatever the case may be. But Nuckshaw did correct her when she was like, I know Emmett is working with y'all, and was basically saying he don't work with us, he work for us. I said, So, you had freaking, Victor, a.k.a. Trig, still going through his struggles, trying to figure stuff out and what his next step should be. And you have Jake saying, listen, I keep telling you I ain't a kid, and I ain't, what I'm saying? Well, he is a kid, whatever, but, like, I'm not just some dumb kid. I actually can understand a lot more than you give me credit for if you tell me what's going on. And Victor's kind of telling him, like, nah, certain things I shouldn't have to spill to you and tell you. Like, my job is to protect you and keep you from having to be involved in things. So with certain conversations I don't want to have with you, which I agreed with and felt like Victor handled it the right way to begin with. But nonetheless, he starts to say a little bit about it, like, Duda rolled up one day, okay, this got to do with Duda, and there was a body in the trunk. And you literally have Jake finishing his sentences before he can and saying what the next thing was. Oh, so you helped them bury a body or something? So it was like he didn't even have to fully say it because Jake was already saying it, and Jake was like, I already know he don't come around unless he needs something or wants something, and I know what he be about. Like, I'm not dumb. So when he was finishing all Victor's sentences and stuff, Victor was like, well, damn, okay, you do know some stuff. And so, of course, he was like, you basically debating now whether you should snitch or not. And he was like, yeah, no, we don't do no snitching shit, right? And so Victor just basically laughed at that. Like, we don't need you going to jail. You done did too much and the people need you around. And so Victor is saying, yeah, I need the people too. Now, child, we we then got to um like all these people basically at Victor's office, right? They all crowded up in there, and Victor's like, the people is hurting right now, okay? They hurting and they mourning and they angry and they scared. They want to know what's gonna happen. You had a man of the cloth that done got taken out in his house, so he was like, we gotta do something. And Quincy was like, well, what are you thinking that we could do? And he's like, we'll do a vigil, a candlelight, okay? So Quincy, of course, is basically saying, like, that's a good idea. When do you think you want to do it? And he was like, as soon as possible and no cameras, right? This is something that's just for us. So he's like, get on it, right? And Quincy go ahead and leave out to go ahead and start taking care of that. And Victor just standing there looking all serious or whatever, right? Now, in the meantime, Keisha done went to see the therapist. She trying to be as open as she could be about the situation, but still trying to hold back a little something, because she brings up the fact that Emmett, and her are still going back and forth. They've been disagreeing on things. She feel like she don't have, that much authority, and like he don't really listen to her when she's saying things. And she was like, what he did this last time was like the ultimate disrespect or whatever. And she's like, well, what did he do? And it's like, oh, he brought something in my house that he shouldn't have been bringing in that could put me and my kids in danger. And she's like, yeah, that's really serious. And so she tells her about her going staying in the guest room and all of that. And she's like, and what do you think? That's, how do you feel about that? And she's like, I think it's just a temporary fix. So we start to dig into her childhood and what her relationship was with her parents, because Doc is saying a lot of times we copy what we see, right? And so she was like, as far as her parents, her dad took care of everything. It was like he said what they was going to eat, what they was going to wear, where they was going to go, where they was going to live. Her mom didn't really have that much input, and she remembered that she don't like that. And versus her relationship with Dre, where they be arguing all the time. And so Doc was saying that it's actually good for kids to see their parents argue, because she said, she never really heard her mom and dad arguing, that he passed away like not too long after them separating or whatever, when she was still pretty young. So she said, well, a lot of times people will try not to argue in front of the kids, but it's actually good for kids to see you have conflict and be able to work through the conflict. And she tells Keisha, maybe you might want to bring your mom in here and have like a group session with her, family session with her, even if it's just one or two, because there's things that you have, like, with feelings towards her, whatever the case may be, that you may not even know you have. And she sounds to me like she's the first person that broke your heart, and a part of you being able to heal is starting there. Keisha, of course, was saying like, no, I just rather it be about me and I focus on me. I don't know about bringing her in. And that's understandable, because a lot of times it's hard for us to face our parents and, just admit certain things to them, and also see them as just people and not our parents, and vice versa, for a parent to hear that from their child and be able to admit certain things to them. And so she was like, you and your partner Emmett, y'all just need to get on the same page with decision making and stuff like that. And you probably go so hard because you felt like your mother didn't go hard. So she was kind of having her aha moments with that, like she never thought about it in that way or whatever, right? And therapist was telling her, you ain't gotta answer nothing today, take your time and think about it, but it is something to consider. And so she said she was gonna think on it, right? First it was kind of like a hard no, But then it was like, maybe, right? So now you have Emmett sitting down with Darnell and saying, like, Keisha's mad at me. She was ready to leave me this morning. And he like, well, what happened? What did you do? Oh, nothing. And it's like, don't lie to me, boy. Okay, I'm not stupid. So he was like, she wants me to cut ties with Duda. And she's mad, about that whole situation with him. And she wants me to be done with him for good. So he was like, see, that's why I've always been teaching Keisha. Okay, she's a smart girl. So he's like, well, what do you need to do in order to take care of this? And he was like, I promise her I'm gonna handle it and I'm gonna take care of her. So he was like, well, how you gonna do that? Oh, I don't know yet, but one thing is basically being able to buy myself out. Well, how much do you need in order to do that? Oh, I'm not sure yet, I gotta figure it out, right? And so it's like, freaking Emmett, how you been getting all this different money from him and you ain't calculating none of it, but you supposedly alone and was gonna be paying it back, boy? So Darnell nonetheless says, maybe we could figure it out together. Let me know what's what so I could go ahead and help you out. And he's like, okay. I wish we would have had more of this conversation in the last episode, but nonetheless, I digress, moving right along, because I wasn't really feeling how Darnell handled this the last time around and him giving the hammer, right? So moving on from there, we get Maisha in the studio. She's pissed because Gemma done came late. Of course, Gemma's over here trying to play manager to Bakari's sister now. She thinks she got something with that and is like, now we don't care whether we show up with Maisha on time or not. We like 20 minutes late and we like, I said, I'm sorry, okay? And Maisha like, okay, y'all ain't gonna keep playing in my damn face. That's what y'all not gonna do. So she hitting them with some new lyrics to this song. Now getting on over to Rashad's house, honey. Him and his boo is over here sleeping, cuddled up on the couch, and he hears some noises like somebody up in the house. Why Rashad went and pulled out the whole freaking bag from the vent. Lord, I knew Deja was going to find out about these hammers, but I ain't going to lie, I did not think it was going to be this way. And he, okay, go into the damn kitchen talking about, get the hell on up out of here, get the hell on up out of here. So now Deja done woke up and see him with this big ass daggone hammer in his hand. And see the bag and like, yo, what the hell is this? What the hell is this doing in my house? What is going on? Get this the hell up out of here, okay? Before you're behind me out of here for good too. And is there anything else you lying to me about? And he's like, no, that's it. He was saying he was going to take it and get rid of it in the morning. She said, no, you not. You going to get rid of that damn thing today, okay, manana? All right, yesterday, get it up out my damn face, right? So now he leaving out the house to go, try to get rid of them or whatever, right? And now we do got Nina here at the therapy session or whatever the case may be. And, she talks about the fact that, hey, Nina wanted to have a life too. And it wasn't necessarily the way that life went. I wanted to travel. I wanted to see the world. I didn't really want kids. I never thought about getting married and stuff like that, right? And I guess I'm assuming between her parents and just the way society looked, she wanted to explore her sexuality with certain things that she just didn't know. And so that's where her life went to, because the therapist was saying, like, go ahead and talk to Keisha, talk to her just as a woman to woman conversation versus talking to her as your child. Tell her something that she never heard about before. And Keisha took it in a way where it was like, oh, you never wanted me before. And I get that or whatever. But I was like, no, Keisha, that's not what she's saying. And she's literally going, no, that's not what I'm saying. Please, doc, help me out here. And the therapist was saying, like, it's not no way to say the correct way that y'all supposed to feel or respond to things. And like, sit in that for a minute. Take in the fact that you have just told your child that that's not where you thought your life was going to be. You never even saw it being in that way. And taking the fact that your child felt that when she was growing up. How you felt is actually how you made her feel. She was aware of it without even hearing the words, is how I took it, right? So both of y'all sit in and think about that and let that process for a minute, right? And there's no right or wrong way about it. It's just basically like, this is where the healing begins. And, it just felt like Keisha was even more hurt by hearing her mother say this. And she was saying, I know that this is not easy or whatever the case may be, and it's probably making you feel, uncomfortable or whatever, right? But that explains a lot, because even when she was saying like, oh, well, my mom didn't really argue with my dad and stuff versus she argues with Nina all the time. And she asked, like, Dad, is that where I get it from? And am I doing too much when it comes to Emmett? Yeah, sometimes, Keisha, you are, even though sometimes you are also speaking facts. Two things could be true at the same time. And Nina was, and basically the therapist was saying, well, she probably goes extra hard when it comes to Dre, because she's probably trying to make up for that lost time and say, well, I made a mistake and I didn't do it this way in that relationship, but I'm never going to let that happen to me again. So it was really supposed to be more about them just being able to see each other as women and what their differences are, what their similarities are, versus you being my mom and I'm expecting you to be perfect, or you being my child and I'm expecting you to do things a certain way and things of that nature. So it's a start, right? We'll see where we go with that. Now, moving on along, child, Kevin packing up this apartment, honey. We got boxes everywhere. Emmett is there. We saying, I'm going to miss you. I can't believe you really leaving and stuff like that. And, Kevin saying, I'm going to miss y'all too or whatever, right? And, he still can't kind of shake this feeling. There's something about the energy in the air and things of that nature or whatever, right? But he's really grateful to Emmett, just kind of like this big brother type of moment between them, saying, I remember when you used to help me out and different things like that, and you're always going to be my big brother, similar to when Emmett was there helping him with the suit and things like that. And he's like, come on now, you trying to make me cry now or whatever, right? So Kevin looked like he really getting up out of here, y'all. And to be honest, I hope that he do. Now, he tells him he just wanted to tell him that before he left, right? So we get over here to the service, child. Pastor in this coffin, y'all. Pastor in this coffin. And Bakari crying. And Papa come on over and he said, he really did love you like a son. And Bakari was like, I know. He said, what did you think he would say to me right now? And Papa was like, he probably would be talking about the fact that my damn shirt ain't ironed up, okay? And they laugh about that. Now he's gone, right? Bakari says, right? But he's here in spirit still, Papa says, okay? He gonna always be with us. He gonna always ride with us, all right? And so, Bakari and him kind of have a moment where, at least for now, we done had a little bit of peace. We not going as hard as we was going before. And, I forgot to mention, Papa was just going through it. He really did just want to be by himself. Of course, he had asked Jake and, Kevin to leave. And then his little, girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, whatever we want to call her, at one point, she was chilling at the house with him. And she was like, well, do you want me to leave? Because he kept giving attitude. And he's like, yeah. And when she was walking out, she was like, I get that you going through stuff, but I'm not going to just let you kind of like beat up on me and take stuff out on me either. And he was like, that the last argument I had with my dad was about you. And she was like, about what? And he was saying that he said I was not ready for this responsibility. And the bottom line is that he was right. So she just kind of had walked out, from there. And so, we got Gemma kind of tighten up, Jake, here or whatever, and she's playing the song from Bakari's sister. He's like, it's all right, but it pretty much sounds like everything else that's on the radio these days. It ain't all that, and I think you should just focus on Maisha. And she like, oh no, you just saying that because you jealous and you don't want me to mess with her. And he's like, I ain't jealous of no damn body. He was like, but I will say, go ahead and be careful with her, because she's saying like, no, I see the potential. She could go far, whatever. I'm going to work with her and I'm going to do what I need to do. She should get what she needs to get. And he's like, girl, I ain't jealous of no damn girl. He's like, all right, do what you doing, but be careful or whatever, right? You need to find somebody that's going to make you some money. And she's like, I think she can in due time. He was like, how much time? She like, I don't know. And so I guess Jake was like, girl, whatever. I ain't about to sit here and freaking argue back and forth with you or whatever. He was like, just be careful. And she talking about careful, looking all confused and then looking her damn self in the mirror, right? Make sure she ain't trying to get nothing else and she know that it's about that business. So we got Nuck and Zuda over here playing chess and stuff. And, Nuck swearing he know how to do this, game so good and he got it so great, and seeing how you got to protect the key, queen and save the queen to the side and not use her too fast. And Rumpelstiltskin over here, when y'all gonna teach me, oh, you wait, this is a grown man's game. So he said, well, he may teach himself. And Zuda was like, I like the incentive with that. Child, Zuda end up beating damn Nuck anyway, talking about, see, you can't go too far. I see what you doing, how you move, but sometimes we got to go ahead and sacrifice family. And of course, we getting the subliminals, even though we talking about the game, because, in other words, don't think you about to sit here and protect damn Keisha, okay? Sometimes people could get got. So we do the checkmate on him, and then Rumpelstiltskin starts laughing, and Zuda just basically walks away, and Nuck is looking at Rumpelstiltskin like, if you don't get your raggedy behind up out my face. Now, in the meantime, child, Victor, which I really didn't give a damn about this part, goes to see Fatima's family. We talking about how we may want to go ahead and be married. We may want to have a family of her own. Is this what she really want? Blah, 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 blah. So when he get home, the house is all fixed up, and it's like, wow, you really are making this house a home. And we tell her about having a damn family. And I said, Trig, listen, we ain't got time to be talking about no goddamn family, all right? We need to be getting Zuda up out of here. That's what all our focus needs to be. I'm so confused with what the hell y'all people are doing. But okay, whatever. Now, when Bakari was leaving out from the funeral home, child, or the church or whatever, freaking Rashad done ran up on him and said, listen, hold up, wait a minute, go ahead and take these hammers. I'm not holding them from you no more. And what you better not do is bring it to past the house either, because that family done been through a damn enough, okay? I don't know what to tell you, but this is gonna get up on my house today, okay? And Bakari like, I'm not stupid, I'm not going to do that. And he going running off with the big ass bag in his hand. So I'm like, please don't tell me he doing what I think he going to do. Please don't tell me he doing what I think he going to do. And yes, that's exactly what the hell he do. He climbing through freaking Lene window as if she already ain't getting enough trouble, as if her brother ain't already on his damn neck. Any move that he make that's out of freaking line, and puts her in damn jeopardy, talking about, I got nowhere else to go. Please, Nay, please, Nay, please, Nay. And she asking him what's in the bag, and he like, I can't tell you. If I tell you, you would be in danger. And it's like, well, why would you bring something that's gonna have me in danger to my house? And I'm like, Nay, all you gotta do is get up and open up the damn bag, girl. I'm confused. And she telling him, go ahead and put it in her closet. Child, these people, I swear to goodness gracious, Lord of mercy. They working my nerves, y'all. They working my nerves. They running my daggone blood pressure up. I'm sick of it, okay? I'm sick of it. The dumb decisions that is being made. So, moving on, child. It's time. It's time. We gotta, put the pastor to rest, okay? This is the fine and restful place that we will be going to today. We having the service. Everybody dressed in all white, Now, mind you, Emmett had tried to run over to talk to Duda once again. And Nuck told him, man, your girl already took over there. He like, what are you talking? What are you talking about? She took care of it. Yeah, Keisha was here. She didn't tell you. No, she didn't. Whatever, right? So, of course, Nuck laughing in his face. And, of course, Emmett in his damn feelings. So, before the services starting, he's saying to Keisha, like, don't do that. What the hell are you going to talk to freaking Nuck for? Like, I told you I was going to handle it. Oh, well, you not handling it fast enough for me. And I'm tired of waiting on you and all of this, right? We trying to whisper and say it low and not have people in our business. We over here, hey, how you doing in between stuff? And he was like, yo, you do that again, I ain't messing with you. And she talking about you giving me an ultimatum. And she saying she could talk to who she want to talk to. He said, nah, but when it come to him, yes. Okay, no, we cannot. All right, I ain't going for that. And so, I can't go for that. No can do. And so, we go ahead and we sit down because it's not about this right now. We got to get to past the service. So now everybody dressed in white. Here come freaking dude, our devil behind, dressed in white too, coming up to the coffin. I said, you know what? I'm so sick of this damn man. I'm ready to book a flight and go to damn Chicago myself. All right, like my girl Inga said last week. Shout out to her. I'm tired of it. Like, y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all sitting here playing in my damn face. Okay, since we got Tommy playing out here in these 4 streets and he in Chicago, we need him to ride on up too. Okay. Like, get Duda up out of here. What is we doing? He over here talking about, oh, I'm so sorry, and putting his hand on the damn coffin. And I wanted freaking Pastor Stanley Jackson wife to be like, pow pow, okay, like my girl did in the 5 Heartbeats. Like, what are you doing here, Duda? But no, she ain't do it. She had more class than me. She talking about, you get your raggedy ass up out of here. He like, I don't know what you heard, but I didn't kill your husband. She said, no, you sent one of your pawns to do it. Okay, that's what you did. So get the hell on up out of here, right? And he talking about something. And then he go walking out and freaking Nuck and you Buck and Rumpelstiltskin walking behind him, and Nuck and you Buck gonna have a look on his damn face as if he feeling some type of guilt now being called a pawn, because he talking about the pawns he just was using. Okay, he thinking about them pawns he was just using in that damn chess game. I said, boy, if you don't get up out of here, you knew what time it was. I don't care about you having your come to Jesus moment. So, you know, child, we singing and we praising the Lord, and everybody's, you know, pastor, say it ain't so, say it ain't so. And, you know, we have Papa get up there and just say, like, who thinks a day like this is going to come? If you would have told me, I would have thought my dad was going to live forever. I know none of us is going to live forever. We all have that day that, you know, time runs out, but in my mind, that's just what it was. And like everything I did on behalf of him. It was about making him proud. I wanted him to be proud of me. I wanted him to be able to see all the things that I did. You know, he was telling me about being a noble man. You know, we had Papa over here breaking down, struggling to get his words at first. And, you know, Kevin and Jake coming up as they should and just letting him know that we are here for you. It's okay. We had his little girlfriend still come, even though, you know, he cursed her out and she's sitting in the audience or whatever. And so he was just saying, like, this is the person that I wanted to make the most proud in the world, and now he's gone. Like, you know, what is there for me to do? And now it's for me to make myself proud, and we all have to make ourselves proud. And he was like, you know, speaking of time running out, okay, TikTok, my daddy did leave me, you know, a watch that was in our family for generations and stuff like that. And so it's about him, you know, lifting him up and living his best life and being the best man that he could be and being a noble man and everything like that or whatever. And that's always going to be, you know, in the back of his mind before he make any decision or whatever, right? And he was always wondering what he was saying when he was doing things of this nature. And so waking up this morning and getting ready to come here and realizing that I'm about to say goodbye to my father for good, like, I no longer live for him, but I have to live for me, right? Very beautiful speech, child. Very heartfelt, right? And so, you know, we go to the graveyard and all of that, and we see Bakari just hiding on the side with his wife. He didn't want to come down to the graveyard where everybody is out at, and we see him having, you know, a breakdown. And so, child, that was the episode, y'all. I was in tears. I ain't even gonna lie. I was so emotional. I felt it. I felt it in my soul and in my spirit. R.I.P. Pastor Stanley. R.I.P. Okay. Whew. Yeah. So tell me what y'all thought about this episode. What do y'all think is going to go down for this mid-season finale? Of course, we are going to have this 8th episode. Then we're going to be taking a break, and we don't know when the 8 other ones is coming back. But the next episode is calling Who Shot Ya? It's giving me Who Shot Jay. Honey, I was hoping that they wouldn't rinse and repeat that storyline, but I don't know. You know, some people are saying not going to be the one to take him out. Some people saying we going to have some people coming together. It looked like in that trailer, like if we might have, you know, Victor, aka Trig, and Rob rolling up. I don't know, y'all, but put it in the comments. Let's discuss, you know. Tell me what y'all think about all of this, what your predictions are, what you liked about this episode, what you didn't like, all that good stuff. Anything that I left out, put that in the comments. Let's discuss it down there. Give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky, y'all. Till next time, y'all.